My channel is all about showing you how to make your rental, apartment, or your first home feel cozy, inviting, and stylish on a budget. I want to look like I know it.
For years, home decor YouTuber Alexandra Gater has been teaching hundreds of thousands of people how to transform their space of any size on any budget into the home of their dreams.
Now she's out with a new book called Own Your Space, designed to help us do just that with practical advice, DIY tips, and hundreds of photos. And she joins us now with more on how to own your space. Welcome back to TMS, Alexandra.
Good morning.
Good morning. Of course you had to do this. You just had so many ideas that you had to put it into one place. So let's talk about how you break down the book into 3 parts.
Yeah, so there's a planning section, there's a decorating section, and then a real room section. I really wanted to make the book flow in the same way that I design my makeovers. So from the planning phase to the decorating phase to making it all come together.
Okay, well, let's start with the planning phase. And how can we assess or determine what we can change with a little do-it-yourself?
Yeah, I think when you're renting or when you're renting, you want to make sure things are reversible. So, covering up your floor tiles with peel and stick tiles that are way more decorative and adorable. And then obviously things like your floors. You're not going to be able to pull up all of your floors. So, finding fun ways to make them feel lighter and brighter with a beautiful rug. And then just making sure that your landlord is obviously okay with you making all of those changes.
And now once we have planned it out, and you're like me, I think, in the sense that when we have an interest and a flair for design, planning out is so crucial before you even get started, just to visualize what you're going to do.
Exactly.
But once you've done that, you go into the design phase.
Yeah.
Okay.
And actually making it come to life. So in my book, I walk through what paint colors you should choose. There's so many different white colors, for example. Different undertones can have such an effect on how your space looks and feels. And then obviously pulling it all together. So mood boarding and floor planning and making sure your furniture actually fits in the space is so key.
See, that's where I've fallen down in the past. I'm not so good at the planning. I just go right to design, and then it's like, this looks like crap.
Well,
why did I do this?
Well, exactly. And that is why there's a whole section up front, because we spend 3 months planning our makeovers for my channel. It doesn't just happen overnight. Yeah, we're working 3 months in advance.
And as I mentioned, so many photos, because that is so crucial when you're designing and you need ideas so you don't have a creative disaster. There are photos on how to do it and what it will look like. And speaking of photos, let's talk gallery walls, because that is such a great way to use up wall space and just make it your own.
Yes, and I feel like planning a gallery wall and making it happen can be so overwhelming. And just like when you're planning your space, knowing what your style is, that translates to a gallery wall as well. Sometimes people love minimal gallery walls. Other times, an eclectic gallery wall is great. And when you're working in an eclectic style, you want to make sure that you're bringing in similar tones within all the pieces, using big pieces, small pieces, different shapes and sizes, and that's just going to make your gallery wall look really dynamic.
All right, you've also got some creative ideas for us when it comes to items that we can frame that will be cost effective?
Yeah, so it doesn't have to be expensive. Framing Post-it notes, like sentimental Post-it notes. My partner wrote me this little Post-it note when we first started dating, and it's now framed in a gallery wall. Greeting cards, fabric, tea towels, wrapping paper, all of those things just make a gallery wall come to life and make it more personal.
100%. That's what I did with mine. This is a picture of my gallery wall at home, and on it you can see
beautiful.
Actually right by Chris's head, that is a firefighter emblem, because he is a firefighter. I have a great-grandmother, the basket of strawberries is my great-grandmother's painting. So yes, 100%. I see actually my other grandmother, I see 2 parallel paintings of hers. So yes, and I see a painting of Kate's up above the pair.
You have kept it looking so eclectic and kind of boho, but keeping in those similar gold frames really helps it all come together.
Thank you. Thank you.
So
by the way, who was winning the chess match there?
Me, always.
Okay, it's a constant game.
You were really playing chess. You were just,
Okay, we may have been faking it at the moment, but usually I do.
Yeah.
I usually win.
All right, the third section of your book breaks down how to execute your ideas step by step.
Yeah, I really, when I was writing this book, you know, I have poured over coffee table books and magazines for years, but I was always left feeling like, how do I actually do that? Like, how did that space actually come to life? And so in my book, in the third section, it's exactly that. I take my spaces that I've made over. There's new makeovers for people who, you know, have seen all the makeovers on YouTube, and I break down like what paint colors we used, what tiles we used, how to install the peel and stick tiles, for example, how I styled a shelf in the photo. So I really hope that people feel empowered and inspired to actually make their dream space come to life.
And you know what I love, because so often you think it's the design books are for people who own a home.
Exactly.
And I love that you target this to renters as well, because you can transform your space even if you don't own it.
Yeah.
It is great. All right. And a little key tip, another cute one, I totally agree with Alexandra, is changing your bedroom. Make your bed, and it changes everything.
Yeah, making your bed feel like a hotel.
Right.
So easy to do.
Yeah.
I want to tell you the secret to making your bed look the
Okay.
fluffiest
Yes.
ever. It's using 2 comforters. I don't know if people know that. You're like, yeah, I got this in the bag. Yeah. That's what my bed's like. And not overdoing it with the pillows. So like 2 sleeping pillows, 2 Euro shams, a lumbar pillow. You'll see in that photo, 2 comforters. It makes it just look like cozy and fluffy, adding texture, all of those things.
All right, just one of many great tips you'll find in this beautiful new book. Here it is right here. Own Your Space is available starting April 25th, which by my calculation is tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
You can pick it up. Yes, so congratulations.
Thank you so much for having me.